Good evening. I'm sorry I can't be here tonight. My name is Shap Smith, and I'm running for the Democratic nomination for governor of the state of Vermont. As you've just seen, Vermont faces many challenges that are faced throughout this country in rural America. I believe in the promise of Vermont. I believe that if you work 40 hours a week, you should be able to afford to put food on the table, to have a good house. You should be able to send your kids to college. You should be able to afford health care and transportation. Unfortunately, in Vermont and throughout this country, that is getting harder to do. And it's even harder to do in rural America. I believe that we can change that, and we can fulfill the promise that Vermont offers. We can do it in 4 ways. There are 4 things that we can invest in that will make Vermont an even better place than it already is. We can build our downtowns so that they're even better than they are now. We can invest in our people so that they have the skills that are necessary for the 21st century jobs. We can make sure that we have affordable housing for all Vermonters. And then we also can make Vermont a place that's easier for entrepreneurs and small businesses to do business. So let me talk about those 4 things. I see new and vibrant downtowns throughout the state. You look at places like Barre or my hometown of Morrisville, and you see investments that have been made, partnerships with communities and with state and federal government and private businesses, and those investments are paying dividends so that the people of those communities have even better places to live and to work. In Barre, they've made investments for the Main Street and new buildings downtown, bringing people downtown so that they can work. There are new restaurants where they can go and have dinner or have a drink, and there are walkable communities that they can use and they can enjoy during the day. We together can invest in those downtowns to make them even stronger, and we can do it throughout the state. The second thing we can do is we can invest in our people. I recently went to the Vermont Technical College where they've purchased advanced manufacturing technology that was paid for by the state of Vermont. And what I saw down there in visiting students at that school was excitement about the skills that they were getting that would allow them to get 21st century jobs. That advanced manufacturing equipment was going to help them get jobs in Randolph and Bethel at GW Plastics. That kind of training, working with GW Plastics and with the Randolph Technical Center, was giving those kids skills that was going to allow them to be more successful at the 21st century jobs that would give them even better pay. Those are the kinds of investments that are going to make sense for the people of the state of Vermont and for the businesses of the state of Vermont. We can do that at all of our state colleges, we can do it at the University of Vermont, and we can do it at our regional technical centers. Internships, job skills, these are the things that are going to make sure that our young people have the skills they need to be more successful and to make a better living. The third thing that we need to do is work with our community partners, developers, and young people to understand what they want for housing and how we can make that housing more affordable. We know there are barriers in the system that make housing more affordable to develop. We need to work to remove those barriers, and we have to make financing more available. This past year, we created a first-time home buyers assistance program. We will strengthen that program so people have the opportunity to get into houses when they're young professionals. The fourth thing that we need to do is make this state easier for entrepreneurs and small business owners to do business in. There are a couple things we need to try to encourage. First of all, if you need money for an idea that's going to translate into jobs, we ought to help you get that money. We created an entrepreneurial loan fund in the Vermont Economic Development Authority 2 years ago. It's been highly successful and has helped businesses throughout this state. We need to increase the amount of money that we're loaning through that fund to help employers and employees be more successful in those businesses. We also can loosen up regulations around lending to make credit more accessible. If you're a small business owner, we want you to focus on your business, not focus on navigating state government. So we'll set up a small business advocate, which will be a one-stop shop you can call to figure out questions that you have in navigating through state government. The third thing, we want to hear what's good, what's challenging, and how we can make this state a better place. So we'll create an Entrepreneurs Council that will meet with me and my top leadership 4 times a year so we can work together to make this an even better place to do business as a small business. Those 4 things, investing in our downtowns, investing in our people, making housing more affordable, and investing in our small businesses and our entrepreneurs are going to help us fulfill Vermont's promise and strengthen our rural economy.